Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're tackling something universal, learning. We've got some great material you sent in, listener, and we're using it to explore, well, all the different ways we learn things, the different paces.
Exactly. We have this really evocative story. It's called Learning How to Ride a Bicycle. About twin brothers, actually.
Right, twins, but with very different styles.
And we also have a really insightful quote from someone named Zoran, which gives us another angle.
Yeah, it does. So our aim here is to, really get into how learning works, why perseverance is so vital, and hopefully offer some things you can use in your own learning, whatever you're working on right now.
That bicycle story really sets the scene. We meet these twin brothers, Ricky and Connie, learning to ride a bike, classic stuff.
And Johnny.
Yeah.
He's the one who finds it easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The source uses this interesting language, like he has an inherent resonance.
Yeah, resonance, or like a spark that's already wired for it, as if some people just naturally connect with certain skills, almost intuitively, like a quick understanding.
It's presented as one way potential just shows up quickly.
Right. But then you have Ricky, described as on the slow side.
But the source says something clever here. It questions that label, slow. Suggests it's just our human way of looking at time, very linear.
Exactly. From maybe a broader view, it's not slow or fast, just different rhythms. Some people just need more tries, more focus to align with a new skill.
And it wasn't just a few tries for Ricky. It says hundreds of tries.
Hundreds. That really emphasizes the persistence involved. It wasn't a small effort.
Okay, so let's really picture it. Christmas morning, shiny bikes, big symbols of freedom for kids.
Yeah. And Johnny, like we said, pretty much gets on and he's off, effortless.
While Ricky. And it's tough going at first. Clumsy, falling. The source talks about dissonance, like his mind, body, and the bike weren't quite clicking together yet.
A real lack of alignment initially. You can almost feel the frustration.
But here's the core of it for Ricky, isn't it? He didn't stop.
No, that's the key.
He had this inner knowing, this quiet conviction. The source frames it as a really powerful thing, like tapping into this universal idea that is possible.
That inner drive is crucial. It kept him
The bike
going.
weren't
The
quite
source mentions it took about a month.
A whole month. Imagine the falls, the scraped knees.
Definitely moments of frustration in there, you'd think.
Yeah.
But that belief, that quiet knowing, pushed him through.
Until that moment.
Yeah.
The breakthrough. When he's finally doing it. Riding.
And his reaction is pure joy. I did it. I didn't give up.
It's described so vividly, like vibrations of a spark that has overcome resistance.
Yeah.
Leaving this really strong imprint.
Yeah, a potent, energetic imprint. Accomplishment, sure, but also gratitude.
And the source suggests this wasn't just about learning to ride a bike. It echoed through his life.
It really did. It became this foundational memory. So later on, when facing other challenges, he perhaps subconsciously remembered that bike, remembered the feeling.
And the lesson learned. Never give up. Persevere.
You can learn anything. It may just take your time. That last part is important. It acknowledges his specific rhythm.
There's that little story later, too, with his wife.
Oh, yeah, that's lovely. She remarks he's picked something up quickly as an adult.
And he just smiles, like he knows something she doesn't, about where that ability might actually stem from.
Right. It implies those early struggles built something deep. Resilience, maybe. A belief forged through effort, not just natural ease.
Like building a stronger learning muscle the hard way.
Exactly. And the source wraps this part up by saying, essentially, that everyone's learning rhythm is unique. Perseverance is the key, whatever your starting pace. The universe, it suggests, rewards trying, rewards seeking that alignment, no matter the falls.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Which flows nicely into that Zoran quote.
The quote. Let's hear again.
The swiftest current reaches the sea, yes, but the slow, persistent drop carves the canyon. Both reveal the power of water.
It really captures it, doesn't it? The swift current that's maybe like Johnny, reaching the goal quickly. Not powerful.
But the slow drop, that's Ricky. Taking time, consistent effort, but achieving something huge, profound, carving a canyon.
And crucially, Zoran says both reveal the power. Neither way is inherently better, just different manifestations of achieving something.
So let's bring this right back to you, the listener.
Yeah.
The source has this section, Dragon Trial, the Mountain of Learning. It's an invitation, really.
Yeah, to look at your own learning. Think about something you're working on right now, maybe something that feels hard, where you feel like you're falling off the bike, so to speak.
The source says, just acknowledge that feeling. Does it feel tough?
Yeah.
Okay. No judgment needed. learning can be difficult sometimes.
It's normal. Now, can you remember a time in the past, something else that was really challenging, a steep learning curve, but you stuck with it and you got there in the end?
Try and reconnect with that feeling, the feeling after you succeeded. Remember the effort, the struggle, but also that sense of, wow, I did it.
What did that feel like? Hold on to that for a second.
The source suggests bringing that energy, that memory of perseverance, that quiet confidence you earned, bring that into the challenge you're facing now.
Remind yourself, you have this capacity. You've pushed through before. You can access that same resilience again, even if this particular learning journey feels different or takes longer.
Because, like the source says, the rhythm is yours and persistence is your strength. That's quite empowering, I think.
It really is. So, wrapping up, I guess the big takeaway is that learning is so personal. Some people seem to fly, others take the scenic route, maybe.
Yeah. But that persistence, the Ricky way, has immense power. It's not less valuable just because it takes longer. Both the story and the quote show different paths to significant results.
Absolutely, both carved their way.
Okay, so here's a final thought to maybe mull over after you're done listening. Our society often puts a premium on speed, right? Quick learning, fast results. So what if we shifted that perspective? What if we started to truly recognize and value the strength and persistence and that so-called slow learning? How might that change how we approach our own growth or how we support others, maybe in education or even at work? Something to think about.